Agnes, a mother's unseen battle. In a quiet corner of a bustling town lived Agnes, a mother with a shattered heart but an unbroken spirit. Her husband had walked away, leaving her and their two fragile sons, Thomas and Kua, without a home, money, or even food. He was off enjoying life with another woman, never looking back. And when he stopped paying the rent, the landlord came with no mercy. Agnes and her boys were thrown out into the cold, heartless world. With nowhere to go, a kind-hearted friend offered them shelter in a small makeshift kitchen, a temporary roof over their heads. But survival had only just begun. Each day, Agnes walked the streets collecting empty tins and bottles. From the little she earned, just 15 kina on a good day, she'd buy a kilo of flour and a tiny bottle of oil. And there on the roadside, she began frying and selling what little she could make. When the streets were quiet and the sales were low, she'd walk the town, carrying her bowl of fried flour in her hands. Desperate to earn even a toa to feed her boys, Thomas and Kua never asked for more. They understood. Their breakfast was simple: boiled cacao, banana, or cassava. Never fancy, but always filled with their mother's love. And even in that pain, Agnes hid away 1 kina each day for their future. Years passed. The boys remained in school. Thomas reached grade 5, and Kua enrolled in grade 4. They still lived in that tiny, cramped hut. But Agnes, she never gave up. Every dawn, while the world slept, she was awake, preparing her little flour for the day. Her hands were tired, her body weary, but her spirit never broken. Soon her fried flour became known. People came looking for it. Thomas and Kua would help her sell, clean, and carry, shouldering the weight of love, not just survival. And then, one day, Agnes had saved enough. She bought a small piece of land, and on that land she built a real home, a home born from tears, pain, sleepless nights, and endless love. Thomas reached grade 12. Kua followed in grade 11. Agnes watched them grow, handsome, kind, determined. She was a quiet woman, God-fearing, and never one to gossip or waste time. Her world was her sons, and her dream was their future. Every evening, they returned from school to the smell of smoke, the sound of boiling cacao, and 2 500-ml containers of water always waiting. But one evening, there was no smoke, no smell of food, no sound. They rushed home. Agnes was lying still on her bed, coughing, weak. She reached out her hands to them, trembling. With a soft, fading voice, she said, "Thomas, Kua, this is the moment I longed to see. You've grown, you understand. My strength is gone now. I've fought so long just to get you here. Let me rest, my sons, you must carry on." Tears ran down their faces. They begged to take her to the hospital, but she refused. "I saved only enough for your school next year, not for hospitals." "Look under the bed," she whispered. There the boys found 2 old paint tins, heavy. Inside, shining coins, all saved for them, 3,000 kina in total. Agnes had been planning for them, even as her own life faded. 2 months later, on a quiet morning, Agnes passed away. A light extinguished, a warrior gone, their hearts shattered. Thomas wanted to quit school, but Kua, through tears, said, "Brother, you must finish. One of us must take her place." So Thomas returned, and Kua took up their mother's place. Selling flour, saving every toa, he sponsored Kua's school. He became the man their mother had dreamed of. Years passed. Thomas graduated with a degree, found a job, and returned to lift his brother. He sponsored Kua's school. He became the man their mother had dreamed of. From a makeshift kitchen to a life of dignity, Agnes had built more than a home. She had built 2 men of strength and heart. Her hands were rough, but her love was pure, and in the end, it was her sacrifice that gave them wings. To every mother who has cried in silence, worked in shadows, and loved beyond pain, this story is for you.